Welcome to Reverse Reset Restore, the show dedicated to empowering transformation. I'm your host, Sally, and in this podcast, we explore how we can reverse limiting beliefs, reset our thought patterns, and ultimately restore our health, both physically and mentally. Join me as we uncover the tools, stories, and strategies that will guide you on your path to a healthier, more vibrant you. Change comes from within. Thanks for joining me on today's episode. We are on day 21 of our 31 days of self-care program, and today's focus is titled Good Food, Good Mood. I'm planning on taking a deeper dive into the correlation between food and mood in an upcoming episode, but for today, let's take a look at how eating the food that will elevate our mood plays its part in our self-care. Did you know that the stomach is considered our second brain? Because the enteric nervous system relies on the same type of neurons and neurotransmitters that are found in the central nervous system. The second brain communicates with the brain in our head and plays a key role in certain diseases in our bodies and in our overall mental health. What this suggests is that food and mood are directly correlated. So that old saying, you are what you eat, applies to more than just your physical body, as food influences your mood as well. Emerging evidence suggests that dietary patterns can affect the gut microbiome, which in turn can influence mental health. A healthy diet can promote a diverse and balanced gut microbiota, which is associated with improved mood and mental well-being. We've all been there, eating food that, while delicious, may not be the very best for us in terms of nutrition or health benefits. The food comas we have after eating a big Thanksgiving meal or Christmas meal, the sugar headache that kicks in after a few too many sweets, the hangry moments between some meals. I know for myself, when I eat food that my body does not respond well to, it has a definite impact upon me physically. Once I started to pay attention to this, I also noticed how other parts of me were also being affected. My mood, my thinking, my motivation. Sometimes the very food we reach for when we're feeling stressed or needing comfort or because you feel inspired to treat yourself can be the very food that can wreak havoc on our mood and mental well-being. Often the physical manifestations of digesting certain foods, lethargy, headaches, bloating, upset tummy for example, also come along with an associated mood. It's just that we are usually so out of sync with understanding how our bodies and minds truly connect that we miss it. I know for myself, eating carbs really does a number with my physical, mental, and emotional health. Because I have a metabolic disorder or insulin resistance as a type 2 diabetic, carbs is like the worst thing for me. I try to treat it as an allergy, and I guess that's kind of what it is. My body has reactions to too many carbs. Processed, unprocessed, refined, unrefined. It just isn't good for me. So for me, I know that consuming food high in any carbs is not a good mix. More and more research is now showing that refined carbohydrates with a high glycemic index and load can increase the risk of obesity, diabetes, and have a detrimental effect on psychological well-being. Higher dietary glycemic index has been associated with depressive symptoms, and diets high in refined carbohydrates can increase depressive symptoms in healthy individuals. There are other aspects of how the wrong food for the wrong body can have a detrimental impact. Inflammation, for example, is linked to mood disorders, and dietary choices can influence inflammation levels in the body. And studies are showing that people with depression tend to consume pro-inflammatory foods and have lower intakes of anti-inflammatory foods. When your body is inflamed, it can't regulate itself correctly. It has more pain. And inflammation can have a damaging influence beyond your muscle aches and pains, as it can impact your brain. One last thing I want to mention is the combo of the brain, gut microbiome, and mood. Emerging evidence suggests that dietary patterns can affect the gut microbiome, which in turn can influence mental health. A healthy diet can promote a diverse and balanced gut microbiota, which is associated with improved mood and mental well-being. So our second brain, the gut, is very much connected to the brain in our heads. If the gut brain is not functioning well, it will absolutely impact how your mind functions too. We really don't understand just how much our body and all its processes are connected. It's pretty amazing when you start to dive deeper into how these beautiful machines of ours truly work. And knowing more about our body and how food impacts its design and movement, its cognition, and our moods is an invaluable way to practice self-care. One of the best ways we can understand how food impacts our mood and our physical well-being is to make a note of what you're eating and drinking. The good old food journal. If you bite it, write it. I kind of think of this as a wee bit of a science experiment. Try keeping a food journal for a month. Not just what you eat, but how it makes you feel emotionally and physically. And you'll gain a much deeper understanding of what foods are truly feeding you. I have a free printable PDF food journal that you can access for your very own science experiment. My Uncovering the Science of You Food and Mood journal offers you a number of options to record your food, mood, water intake, hunger level, and more. I've provided a basic bullet point page, a more comprehensive 2-page record, plus you have options to mix and match what you most want to pay closer attention to. Check the show notes for your free access. Thanks for spending time with me today. I hope that I've got you thinking about your relationship with food, what you choose to eat, and how it impacts your whole body. If food and mood is something you want to explore further, don't forget to download the free printable Uncovering the Science of You. And let me know what you think by chatting with me on the Reverse Reset Restore Facebook or Insta pages, or sending me a direct message. I would love to chat. Some food for thought as we finish up this episode comes from my man Hippocrates, considered to be the father of modern medicine. Although modern might be a bit of a stretch since he lived almost 2,500 years ago, and our medicinal practice have come a long way since then. Anyway, this is one of my favourite quotes ever, and one that has stuck with me in my health journey over the last 8 years. Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food.